going to the Ford dealership to check out the service.
Turn left onto South Sargent Road, then turn left onto East Sprague Avenue.
Parts and service. So we ended up going to Wendell because the other place said it was going to take about 2 days to even look at it. So now we're dropping off the truck to get looked at, and then we're gonna go, I don't know, spend some time somewhere, maybe breakfast or something. I've got 1, 2, 3, I think I have 4 masks for us.
I've got one.
Maybe while we're here we'll just get a new truck. Yeah. Is this one for sale? The Super F350? I know. All right, I guess we'll explore. Maybe go have breakfast somewhere. All right, I'm walking back to the dealership to find out what the damage is. Well, the damage was a steep one. It was going to be $12,000 to fix our truck and 36 hours of labor. So we are going to look at trucks. Test driving the new truck. So far, everybody like it?
Yeah, it's just really hard to get in.
It's just super tall. So we found ourselves in an RV dealership trying to see if it does it make sense to trade in our entire camper and truck for a drivable RV, or do we get a lighter camper so we can trade in our truck for a smaller type of truck, like trade in both. I mean, this is just so many decisions to be made, but I think what stresses me out too with this whole thing is if we trade in our RV for a newer, more expensive RV, obviously our payment is going to go up, and anything that we're upside down on with our current RV is going to be tacked onto the price of the new RV. So that's going to be a higher payment. And then the truck, if we trade in our truck that really needs to be let go of for a truck that can pull a lighter RV, more than likely it'll be a more expensive truck, so then the payment will be up again. So I'm just nervous about how much more this payment's going to cost us, because the other mechanic gave us a quote of, yeah, it may not be $12,000 to fix what was wrong with your truck, but you're looking about $8,000 or $9,000. So $8,000 or $9,000 to fix our existing Ford F450, or trade it in and get something that is not broken. Another thing that Caesar was thinking, he's like, we could trade in our camper and our truck for a drivable RV, like maybe a Class A or Class C, but to me that's expensive, and we lose a vehicle and we'll have to get another vehicle anyway. Our payment will most likely go up, so then we'll be paying more money for a Class A or Class C and still need to get another vehicle when we get home. So this is all very stressful, very stressful. So what do you think of our Washington trip so far?
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, we have a truck that's down, but as far as the family being safe, they're there.
Yeah.
We have a place to stay. We have food. It's not like we are homeless. So
Right.
I think that's the big safety net of this whole deal. Is like we still have something. We may be handicapped a little bit with the truck, but not
Right.
stalled.
It's just something we got to figure out. And that was the whole thing yesterday, was trying to weigh out all of our options. Do we buy a new truck? Do we get it fixed, pay the money to get it fixed,
and wait around an extra 4 days is it going to take?
Yeah. Well, one mechanic even said he wanted to be able to get to it until the middle of next week. So it was like, okay, and then it would be still $8,000 or $9,000 to fix it. And our truck is a little bit older. It's an 08. We've only had it a couple of years, but we got it because it was a heavy duty truck that could pull this RV with no issues. So now that it's having issues, we're deciding against diesel in our new truck, but just something that still has the power to pull. Another option that we were looking at yesterday was maybe we'll just trade in our camper and our truck and get an RV, a drivable RV, like a Class A or a Class C. But after visiting the RV store yesterday, Caesar's like, yeah, I think we were way off the mark on that idea. It's easier, it's so much of a change to have to trade in what you're currently traveling in, both your RV and your truck, to get something completely new and then try to finish off such a long trip in two new things. So this, we keep the camper and
because
get a
there's
truck.
nothing wrong with the camper, except that it's
Big.
long.
Right.
It's still light at 7,000 pounds dry.
So yesterday they tried to also show us a Titan, Nissan Titan. It's so funny because I think the mistake they did was they parked it next to the Ford F-250 we had just test drove. So seeing those two next to each other, it was such a little truck. It was so roomy inside. It was really a nice truck inside. Brand new, still had the new car smell, but it was just so small. And
it looked
so
like you fit it in the back of the other
yeah.
F-250.
And it's like, and it would be pushing it as far as the weight, the towing weight. I think it said it towed like maybe 9,600 or 10,000.
So we would have to drive empty, and he did say, I got a deer.
Oh, cool.
He did say that it'll get you to Corpus, it'll get you back home.
But then you'll want to trade it in
But
again.
yeah, then you'll want to get
or get a
something
smaller
else.
camper. So it was like, well, if we're still going to need to trade it, like, that's definitely not something that we want to do. And that was the hard part yesterday, is trying to figure out like the right move to make and to use our brains and not just be like, okay, this is the easiest solution, or I'll just take whatever I can get because we're stuck with our backs against the wall. Like he said, he goes, I feel a little cornered, like I don't have a lot of options, and that's why we had to like step away and go, okay, let's see what our options are. And that's why we got second opinions on the mechanics and be like, okay, what's wrong with the truck and how much would it cost and how long would it take to do it. And so the second opinion was still $8,000 to $9,000. And then the first dealership had said, well, if you buy this truck, we're going to need like $5,000 to $8,000 down. So it's kind of like, okay, do we want to put down $5,000 to $8,000 on a truck, or do we want to, put that towards a fixing our existing truck? Just a lot of decisions that we got to make, and these moments are not fun, but they're part of the journey, and it's not going to stop us. We just need to get back on the road. Part of me was like, God, let's just turn around and head home. The fastest route home, just to kind of end this whole situation. Right. I was trying not to say nightmare.
Which seems to be a nightmare at the time. But
Right.
then you stop and you're in the moment, your adrenaline's up, and then it's like, man, this just needs to be over with. We just need to get out of here. But then you settle down, you think about it, you see what you have in front of you, you see what you're dealt with and what we can actually do, and it's not all that bad. It's not as bad as you pass by somebody else and they're in a 3-car pileup, or their house is burning down, and we're not in that. So
the crazy thing too with this whole situation is going home is not any better right now anyway. I mean, our hometown, the pandemic numbers are rising like crazy, and it's just not a good situation there either. And Texas numbers in general are rising. And so it almost feels a little bit like, man, maybe we're a little bit safer far away from home than being there. I don't know.
Maybe that's what we're supposed to be doing.
And that's we've noticed like some turns along this journey. It's like, why did we have to go there? Like our plans, like we planned to stay, a night in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and that didn't pan out, and that forced us to come to Washington. But during that drive is when he started really noticing a change in the truck, and then we couldn't stay at the RV parks that we wanted. I mean, it was just like, it seemed like there was a reason why we were pushed an extra day or had to stay. Same thing with the Glacier National Park. Like, we had plans to stay at a free site, and for some reason at the very last minute it started raining on us, and we dipped into a campground just to fill up water, I believe, or to dump something before we went to the free spot. And because of all the rain, we're like, we're just going to stay here. And it worked out, because when we discovered the spot the next day, or was it the same day?
It's the next
Same day. Oh, I don't remember. But when we finally went down there to check out the spot, that's when our truck got stuck. So it was like, there's a reason why we got pushed to the RV park and decided to stay 2 nights there instead of go to the free site. So now that, because that had happened, we're like, well, maybe there's a reason why our truck is having issues here in Spokane, and you know, I don't know. Like, we try to stay optimistic and take it as it goes.
Yeah.
Take everything. Yeah.
As long as nobody starts getting
frustrated. Which is easy to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a it's a big camper, but you know, when you're in there, small space, 24/7 with 5 of us, you know, we're used to our kids 24/7, but sometimes grandma isn't used to our kids 24/7, or even if we're used to our kids being quarantined with them since March, and then taking a road trip where we're even in tighter quarters can make it more frustrating. And so
I think as long as nobody gets frustrated, the frustration will bleed off to everybody else. It'll catch like a wildfire pretty quick.
We've all had our moments on this trip. Everybody's gotten frustrated at something sometime. You know, even the kids get frustrated that there's no Wi-Fi, or they can't charge their devices, or the dog bent their charger and they just got this brand new charger, now it's ruined. And I want to sleep on the pull-out couch instead of their bunkhouse, which is the whole reason why we're driving this monster RV, is for the bunkhouse, and then neither one of them want to sleep in there. They want to sleep on the pull-out couch. So we've definitely had our challenges. And then, of course, you know, with detours and car issues and making major decisions on a vacation, just sometimes adds to the pressure and the frustrations. But we're good.
We got to handle.
We got this. So we're looking forward to introducing you to our new truck.
Absolutely. By the blaze.
We're going to put positive vibes out there that we are going to be driving back with a truck and a good deal and a reliable vehicle to get us through the rest of this journey. That's it. All right, it is 6 hours later, and we're driving the same truck.
2:30 in the afternoon, and we are in the same vehicle.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
So what happened was,
we saw the truck. We saw a couple of trucks, but we only test drove. We didn't even test drive it. We had to get in the passenger seat while the sales guy test drove it for us. And we liked it, and we did all of the paperwork for it. The only problem is that they got the truck, I think, yesterday. So they hadn't got it, they didn't get it, I guess, certified. Like, their mechanic has to look at it. They basically have to sign off on everything before they can sell it, since they just got it. So we did all the paperwork for it. Technically, we don't even own this truck anymore. We're borrowing it until they tell us that the paperwork is done on their end for getting it certified. They've detailed it, and now it's ready for us to pick up.
Yeah.
So
we're borrowing our truck that we sold to them.
Yes. But we got a good deal on a trade, so that's good. Our payment did go up, but considering we didn't have to put anything down, and considering, you know, the cost of having to fix the other one, like, this was so much a better deal. So we're happy. We're happy that we are now able to continue our journey with a more reliable vehicle, God willing.
The good thing, the really good thing, is we're able to skip a payment from this truck payment to next truck payment. Yeah. Which gives us a little bit more, so we can continue on what we're doing and not have to head back home immediately.
So our poor family, The kids and my mother-in-law have been at the RV today, and mind you, we're boondocking, so they're hooked up to a generator. They have no idea if we sold this truck or if we bought a new one or anything. They're expecting us to come back with a new truck. So we're going to do a little, scare a little bit and make it seem like we didn't get the truck, but just to get their reactions. But they've been there all day with no water. Like, we have ran out of water. The only thing that we have is one 5-gallon jug, right? 5 or 10? 5. So maybe there's 4 gallons in there when we left.
I mean, they got water to drink. They've got cases of water.
Tons of food.
Water.
Yeah. But we ran out in our tanks. So like taking a shower, flushing toilets, all of that, they're kind of like winging it today. And we tried to come back earlier, but you know how those car dealerships are. You're there forever. So we are going to head in the direction of an RV park and treat our family to a nice RV park where you could shower however long you want, you could use electricity, you could play in a playground, you know, all this boondocking. I'm sure they're excited to plug up somewhere and have the RV park experience.
Yes.
Lights, camper, action.
Follow our adventures on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.